Oh, I have a test message. Oh wow, it's the secret testing range. What an interesting test. What an interesting text message. I wonder what does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? I demand answers. I demand to know. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? The secret testing range. I feel like this is a threat. What is it about the secret testing range? Where does this image come from? Is it because you got the purple flowers and all the other ones? Is that the is that you're there? That you are doing challenge mode? And that it is that what's happening? Why the secret testing range? I'm scared. I'm very scared. I've never been this scared. It's the secret testing range. People complain about the water race castle thing, but it's really secret testing range is at its head. I mean, there is nothing scarier than the secret testing range. I take this as a personal affront. I'm very concerned. I am. I. I. I try so much not to think about those times, about the times in the secret testing range. I try not to remember. I try to encourage people to not check out that video on our YouTube channel. I try. What is it? Why? 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 I'm promoting, so I can't actually read your answer until I finish. But why? 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 What evil has been wrought on this world to unearth the ancient texts? All I get is hedge. Huh. Well, that could be anything. Well, we don't have time for this. Not today. We gotta play Sonic Adventure 2 today. I know. It hurts. We can't reminisce. Not about the past. Not this time. Because we have Sonic Adventure 2 to play. And also apparently Steam needs to update, so like I guess we can reminisce a little. Remember that time? Do you remember? Do you remember the good times and the bad? Do you remember? Do you remember the agony? Do you remember the screams? Do you remember? Of course you do. You wouldn't have you wouldn't have texted that. No, you wouldn't have texted. You wouldn't have told me in the stream chat to check my text message. You wouldn't have known. You knew. You knew. I don't think I'm ever going to beat the secret testing range again, but I thought I'd show you that I locked it. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, you could do it. It's fine. Look, secret testing ranges, I technically beat it twice, because once with you and once without. I think, I mean, the joy of Pikmin 2 is the ability to try. I believe in you. You are better at Pikmin than you know. You are the true Pikmin master. So I gotta make sure this audio is still working. Okay. I'm gonna turn the game down a little. Okay. I might have to talk a bit louder. Yeah, that's fine. That's probably fine. Tell me if there's audio issues, by the way. I mean, thinking about it though, if you beat the testing range, this thing's not connected by controller. We have to wait a bit more. If you beat the secret testing range, then you'll be able to say you've done it. Not co-op, not with any help. You will have done it yourself. You will become the true Pikmin master. That only those. I mean, well, okay. You'd also. I mean, I'm not a Pikmin master. You know, there are things I've left. Stones. Thanks for the vote of confidence. You're welcome. You know, you could surpass me. You know, there are white whales in Pikmin. Things I've never done. Okay, there's one. It's pretty much in both Pikmin 3 and Deluxe. I haven't yet gotten the. I have not yet. Gosh dang it! I still didn't connect the controller this time. I just I just opened it again like a moron. Okay, so I'm just saying, if you do secret testing range by yourself, and then you get around to solo platinuming the missions in Pikmin 3 and Deluxe, you would become the real Pikmin master, and I'd have to bow down to your authority on all things Pikmin related. What's the last time you played Minecraft? Minecraft isn't a word. So I don't think I've ever played Minecraft. Is this like a weird... I've never seen that. I don't even know what Minecraft is. So that's my statement on Minecraft. Gosh dang, I'm gonna do this every time. We will never get the card. Hey, let's actually pay attention this time. There is literally no Giants game today. This is actually kind of notable because... Oh god, I've already forgotten how to control this thing. Not a good sign. Minecraft. When's the last time you played Minecraft? I don't know, like it was a while back. Our friends made a server. Actually, they make a server every couple of months, honestly. And like, that's the last time I tried to keep up with it. Here's the thing with what happens with Minecraft. I try to find something to occupy myself, right? And it works. I get invested in that thing, and then I completely burn myself out, and then I always burn myself out on Minecraft, alright? I mean, I'm a completionist, right? I've already completed Pikmin 4, right? It's been out, like, what? Like, 15 days or something? Like, less than, like, around half a month? I beat it, like, 2 days ago. I'm a completionist. That's the style of game I play. Minecraft's still open-ended. I don't, like... I try to get into a goal, right? I try to do something like, oh, I'll make a big pixel art statue. But I don't know, it just isn't really my... It's really hard for me to get into, you know? Play it, I want to know you're actually seeing the things that happen. Oh, right, updates. I don't know, right? Thing about Flightship, I guess it could be an intermission stream, and I'll keep that in mind. That is something that could be an intermission stream. But I worry, like, if I did Minecraft as an intermission stream, I'd forget what I was doing so hard every single new stream. And if I use it as a regular, like, what's the win condition? I guess get to the end. Look, I like Minecraft. It's fun. I've had fun playing it. But it's just not a game that's very easy for me to invest in. And I like investing in games I play on the channel. I mean... I might play it on my own, but it's really hard to convince me to do a stream. Like, I mean, think about it. We're playing Sonic Adventure 2. We're on stream 23 because I've got to get all the A ranks, right? I don't have to, but like... And I'm actually glad I'm doing this, right? I'm glad I got fun, but like, Minecraft's not that kind of game. It's not really a game you can complete. And I always try to make a project to give my... Because my philosophy in life is that you can always give your life its own meaning and stuff, right? Like, I want to play other Kirby games. That might be an objectively dumb thing, but, like, it's how I give life meaning, right? But, like, whenever I do that in Minecraft, I just kind of burn out on whatever I choose. And maybe it's because I usually try to make pixel art that, like, takes a lot of resources to get. But, like, I don't know, like, and then I've also tried, like, it takes a lot of creativity to do really cool stuff in Minecraft, I think. I really admire that because, like, it does take a bit, right? Like, and so I try to do pixel art because pixel art is something I know I can do, right? It's something I can do. It's something that, like, I don't have to take, like, I don't have to, like, figure out a lot of this stuff in 3D space that's hard for me to figure out. But there's a small problem, and that means that that creates an issue, right? That was a really smooth drift, actually. I don't know, I'm trying to explain it, and I'm not doing a very good job. I do like there's a moment in this track where Bruce is just like, shut up! It's really funny to me. Yeah, I was doing really well until I slammed into that wall. And then that other wall. I don't know. I was doing so well before. I'm still going to play this out. I think I might still A-rank with how well I was doing before. Even though I'd usually stop after the first wall slam. I have no idea how I'm going to do this without blocking on the walls. Tell me the time is slower at least, because if it's the same time but you just have to not block at the walls, I'm screwed. Because so much of my strategy is like drifting off of walls and like bouncing. Just because this car turns so slow, right? Like, I'm getting the hang of it a little bit, but like, I really need those wall bounces. I mean, maybe I'll figure out, I mean, Minecraft's a big game, there's a ton of stuff you can do with it. Maybe I can figure out, right, a way to do Minecraft. I've had ideas for it, but it just is tricky, right? It's not something that's probably going to happen soon. God! Galaxy, what's the time on this? If you're not too busy playing Secret Testing Range. I will say, like, people talk about hard moments to pick with 2. Secret Testing Range is easily my hardest moment, I think. Because you cannot cheese that mana legs, right? You have to actually play it straight. You don't have enough sprays, you don't have enough purples. You have to actually you have to actually use skill. And like, it doesn't take, I mean, the mana legs is so punishing, right? If you don't get them exactly right. I'm not sure remember what I had to do. I mean, it's like, theoretically, like, his strategy is so theoretically simple, right? Just like, theoretically, it's just be behind, right? It's, gotta restart that. Like, theoretically, it's just be behind a wall when the machine gun starts. None of you guys know what it's a great thing to say out of context. But, like, I don't know, in all actuality, it's not like, I mean, that one was great. Like, it's so, I mean, it's so theoretically simple, but it's not that simple because, I mean, your Pikmin, they're not, I mean, for those of you who have just experienced Pikmin 4 and haven't experienced the other games, in previous games, you can't hop on Ocean. There is no, if you don't, I don't know how I didn't bonk there. I don't know how I didn't spin out there. Right? But no, in games that aren't Pikmin 4, all your Pikmin fall behind you, right? There's no hop on OG. OG's new for Pikmin 4. And so there's no really good way. I mean, part of the thing that I miss about Pikmin, about the, like, it's more elegant, right, to hop on OG. But one of the things I do miss from the old series is the fact that you used to have something called swarming, which you kind of get as a power-up as called the lineup trumpet in 4, but it's, well, you know, I won't go into that too much, but because of spoiler reasons, but I don't consider the lineup trumpet existing as too much of a spoiler because you could find that out from the very first second of the game because it's in, there's a reference to it in the secret and like the gameplay guide thingy. Anyway, point is, lineup trumpet is replicate swarming, but I mean, you have OG, right? OG's kind of just, I mean, the main thing about swarming in the first 2 games, on the first 2 games you have no lock-on, and you basically have manual control of your Pikmin. you like throw them around. You can, each Pikmin with swarming can be basically directed as a whole group, and it's very natural, I think, in the first 2 games. And so like you'll like swarm around to dodge enemies and like stuff, and like with that kind of setup, the Mana Lakes is a menace. It's all on you to try and get your Pikmin out of danger. And that's a little diminished, I think, in 4. Mana Lakes is not nearly the threat he once was, because, I mean, you're on Ochi, right? And that means you just have to make sure your one guy doesn't get hit, which is a lot easier. It's just one of the things I do. I mean, I appreciate 4 for a lot of things. One of the things I do like about 2. Are you kidding me? Did we lose the A rank just because there's this giant long stretch? Why is this here? And I like Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is an amazing game. But I do miss... There are some gameplay aspects of 1 and 2 that I miss. They haven't been around for a long time. Part of that is having to actually aim, because there's no lock-on. And part of that is... part of it is having to aim. And part of that is... having to swarm to dodge things. And they're two kind of things. They're kind of lost arts at this point. And the gameplay in 3 and 4 has been reconfigured around that. But I do miss it. And like, although they do give you swarming eventually in 4, it's obviously not the main mechanic of that game. It's not built, the games aren't built around it like 1 and 2 are. And 4 isn't built around it like 1 and 2 are. I remember that was one of the things I noticed most when I went back and played Pikmin 1, was just how much I actually used swarming. And how much in that game, because you're trying to go as fast as possible, you like the least amount of, to do it in the least amount of days. Pikmin 1 has that kind of arcadey thing to it, where you're trying to be the fastest, as you're trying to beat your own record. Basically, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Pikmin 1 has the arcadey thing to try to beat your old record of Pikmin 1. And so I realized, like, a lot of times you'll dodge enemies you don't think you need to fight, and you'll use that in the swarming to try and get it done. Because fighting enemies is a time waste, arguably. It takes them out of the commission, but you have to spend time doing it, and it's all about that efficiency. Then Pikmin 2 comes along, and it makes harder enemies. It makes enemies where, like, you really gotta swarm if you want to fight them, because in Pikmin 2 you're supposed to fight everything. It's all about killing everything. But then there's stuff like the Mana Legs and the Water Rage, which I think those are made a lot easier by having Ochi, where you can just jump on him and run away. Obviously not super easy, you can still lose a lot of Pikmin to those enemies. But those bosses are designed around that swarm feature. Whereas Pikmin 1, a lot of it's more not around I mean, Pikmin 1, a lot of it's more that you try to dodge enemies more because you're trying to go fast. And Pikmin 2, it's a lot more that enemies are more like you need to use your swarm for enemies more, because of how the game works. Are you kidding me? Just start this stretch of land was just like up, wait, as the timer clicks closer and closer to 320 is a literal torture. Whoever designed this is a terrible person. Anyway, all of this is making me sound like I'm salty about Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 might be my favorite Pikmin game. It's really fun. It's just obviously like, I'm a challenge guy, right? I like challenge. If you couldn't tell by me 100% trying 100% Sonic Adventure 2, I like me the difficulty, and so I do like some of that harder stuff. Alright, Route 280. Collect the 100 rings. Alright, so we're just gonna try and get those rings, baby. Good start. 2 minutes for 100 rings, great. I'm hoping this is easier and not harder. Because gosh dang, that A rank is way tighter than I expected it to be. Also, I'm finally managing to figure out how to get control of the car. Like the skateboard, once you figure out the awful kind of like... It does not... Like, Mario Kart comes intuitively a little bit. Like, I spin out all the time because I'm bad at Mario Kart, but like... I like intuitively kind of like have an understanding of the drift mechanics. Sonic Adventure 2's drift mechanics, like this and the skateboard, do not come intuitively. But they're kind of really, like, once you figure it out, you feel like a god. Because you're like, this felt impossible before, and now I'm just doing it. And like, yeah, this car does not, this is not an intuitive minigame, it's not going to make sense. Like, it feels so stiff when you first do it. But when you figure it out, right, like, it feels so fun to like to actually get through this and like not bounce off the wall. Like, I haven't managed that yet, but like, that's, I'm actually kind of excited, even though it's going to take like 5 years. This is going to be like a multi-stream event. It's going to take like multiple streams just to get past this level, isn't it? I can already see it, right? Like, because I'm not exactly unstruggling. Especially as I'm going to have to not run into walls someday. Like, I guess I'll have to brake more, right? But like, I'm not sure I can brake more. I have so much stuff. I also need to actually run into these coins. Like, they're in straight lines. I just keep not doing straight lines. I could totally have like 100 rings at that point. I'm just slamming into walls. I bet I really confused everyone who doesn't know Pikmin with like my Pikmin ramble. Yeah, if you didn't know, I really like Pikmin. It's the best video game series. Well, maybe not the best, but like, it's just such a cool, innovative concept. It's just, Pikmin's great. Gosh dang it. Come on, get up the thing, get up the thing. I'm a top. As much as I've been really mean, like, to Sonic Adventure 2, I am a staunch Pikmin 2 defender, which has a lot of the same problems. Although I'd argue that that's a little bit like, of course, Pikmin's a whole different genre, right? So to me, I think it's a bit different, right? Yeah, I'll defend Pikmin. Like, I won't, it's not even that I'll be like, oh, I enjoy Pikmin 2 despite its flaws. It's like, I like its flaws. I'm going to defend its flaws as actually good things, really. Also known as being an insufferable human being. A Pikmin 2 enjoyer. That actually wasn't very hard. Zeus has his own version, I know, I remember now. Once we started, I remembered. It is fun, though. Again, like, I've talked about this. I've just been rambling. You know, the Giants aren't playing, actually, but the Dodgers are. And it's interesting because it's against the Padres, who were projected to do really well, then didn't do really well, and they made some aggressive trades by the trade deadline to try and do better. Wait, what's my objective today? Is it don't run into other cars? Well, I ran into a wall and it didn't object me, so like I guess it's don't run into other cars. Sure, that's not too bad. I just won't run and go near the cars. No, it's so hard. Oh god. Actually, it feels like we're really close to the other guy. Look, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh! Ah! Ah! This is terrifying, actually. Why is this so scary? I just feel like I'm always on the cusp of hitting one of these guys because they're idiots. Anyway, that's probably not good for my time. What's the time for the car hitting level? Oh, the don't hit any walls level is going to be like terrible. We're going to have to go, we're going to have to be a dodger for this mission. Get out, get out. You're the mods. Dang it. You're the mod. Ban yourself. Oh, I get an extra 10 seconds. Oh yeah, that makes this so much easier. Anyway, I gotta say, I did not like going in it. Like I was like, oh, just don't hit the cars. Those cars are like horror things, right? Like I know obviously they're not scary, but like the fear of failure is a powerful thing. And so seeing that like come up like really close was like, oh god, the car. That was legitimately terrifying to me. I'll be careful. Come on. Oh, God. No, the taxi. Oh, thank goodness, the taxi missed me. And we still have to get this in like. We only have like 10 extra seconds. How did I miss there? I mean, it's good. It's good. Missing is good. We're trying to not get. We're trying to miss. Oh my gosh. Like, the problem, like, I can barely do this level normally. Come on. I'm so proud of that. That was such a clean drift. No! I literally kept myself in front of, like I could have sworn left or right, and I kept straight at it. Like an idiot. I guess not like an idiot, since I am an idiot, but you know, you get the idiot. Galaxy, please tell me that like the no hit walls mission is like 4 minutes or something, because like we ain't gonna make it otherwise. This will be like this already might like this might be a multi-stream endeavor. Just the one, like each of the car levels is gonna be like 3 streams or something. I'm exaggerating for comedic effect, but not that much. Actually, that might have been a good thing. Actually, I don't think it was, because if I had bounced off it, I might have been able to shoot past the taxi and I don't have to worry about him. And it's obviously slowed down the time, so it's concerning. Holy smokes. Ah! Eh. That's not a good... Eh? What does eh mean? Oh no. That's really bad. Heh heh. What does heh heh mean? That's even worse. Oh my gosh. I just ran into it. This is... Of all the roadblocks in... Of all the roadblocks in Sonic Adventure 2, this is not the one I was actually picturing would hold me up. 345? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's so little time. Why? It wouldn't be that bad if they didn't add it just a super... Like, is that a glitch? Is it supposed to be that long? I'm probably... The Sonic 2 Adventure devs are somewhat mean. I wouldn't put it past them to legitimately design that. Like, be like, yeah, that's a good idea. It does seem like something they'd do. I'd have to do things like carefully time my boosts to not be tipped. Like, I'd have to make active effort. Oh, come on! I ran out of lives on the car level. This is like, I have to learn an entirely new control scheme. There's a minigame, right? Based off of this, like a two-player minigame. That's how heavily they were feeling this car concept. They're like, man, this is the funnest thing we've ever done. It's gonna be its own mode. Like, it is pretty fun when you get used to it, but like... Oh, this... Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is, like... This is worse than Final Space. This is... Like, it's fairly easy in the normal mode, but, like, there's just no way. Oh, look at that wipeout, like, oh my gosh, I'm a failure. Oh, we pulled ahead of blue, that might be good. Yeah, I think it's good, because we won't have anyone for a bit, so we can... Because pulling ahead of cars here means, yeah, there's the next car, but, like, I think they're scripted, so, like, we won't be in trouble for, like, a little bit, as, like, we have to get, as this guy, basically until this guy. Avoid that car. Okay. We might be getting this one. Yeah, Eggman, can you just shush for like a little bit? No, oh my, I'm like ramming into the wall as out of fear of this red car. I'll get this though. Why does it swerve sometimes? Alright, this is actually a detriment because this will get me. Yeah, so it's actually a detriment when I spin out like that. Because it means that the red car gets to be in front of me again, and then... Oh! What?! No! Really? That is cruel! That is cruel! That's cruel and unusual punishment! That is banned in America! Well, I mean, it's more like lightly discouraged in America, but... You get the idea. I can hear you laughing! I can hear people laughing at me because I think I might be laughing at something else, but like, I think I can hear my siblings laughing at me as like the stream lag catches up and they get to see my stupidity. Of course, they might be laughing at something else. It is presumptuous of me to be like, oh yeah, they're paying attention to the stream. They might be like, huh, I don't care about your stream, which isn't brand for them. God! Please save me. I hope this is entertaining. Yeah. Well, let's talk about baseball at some point. Because, you know, I'd like to talk about it. I hear them laughing again. They're probably, the cycle continues. I never catch a break. What? I just went through the wall! Why? terrible video game. But Pikmin 2 is amazing. I mean, okay, to be fair, the walls in Pikmin 2, I'm sure there's ways to clip out of them, because, like, you know, Pikmin mechanics, like, you could probably do a lot of finagling with them. I know you could definitely do a lot of finagling with Pikmin, but, like, at least they don't just run it. It's different. I think there's a big difference from a glitch being possible and a glitch being easy to accidentally perform, right? It's one thing if you're an Easter egg hunter and find a super game-breaking thing. Like, sure, you found that because you were looking for it. But if you, like, if you just run off of the course because the course is just like that, that was a major play that was kind of stupid of me, but it worked out really well because now both cars are behind me. And it's better for them to be behind me because obviously I don't have to worry about running into them until they sneak up from behind me and just completely kick my ass. Why are you swerving over here? You are a terrible driver, sir. Ah! Oh yeah, so Padres, they were supposed to be really good. They then weren't really good. They made some trades at the deadline. They're trying to be good, and they're playing the Dodgers, which I, as a Giants fan, want them to be good. I just hope it pays off, at least in the short term, so that it knocks the Dodgers down, because if the Dodgers get knocked down, Giants become the division leader. And I guess the Padres could eventually become the division leader, but the Giants will become the division leader first, and, like, if we keep winning, as long as, like, you can only gain ground on, like, two things need to happen for you to gain ground on someone, right? You need to win, and they need to lose. So otherwise, they remain the same amount of games ahead as before, right? So, like, if we keep winning, if we keep winning, then the Padres will never gain ground on us. But since they're playing the Dodgers, someone has to lose, right? So if they win against the Dodgers, right, that means the Dodgers will lose, and it's a 4-game series. So if the Dodgers, we're closer than 4 games. So if we keep winning and the Dodgers lose 4 games, which I know is a lot of ifs, then the Padres would be no closer to us, but we'd be at the top. This is all massive speculation, and I'm sure tomorrow the Giants are gonna, like, face plant into, like, the dirt, but hopefully not. I will say it would be a heck of a finale to the Battle of the Bay series if that happened. Anyway, I was trying to carry a conversation. Sometimes I try to go off of, like, usually I try to improvise a little bit with what's happening on screen and what's happening in chat. But not a lot's happening on chat, and the exact same thing is happening on screen. I'm pretty sure the stream is only interesting when I'm screaming at this point, because that's when you know the action is happening. Holy smokes, how did I make it out of that? And I can boost, so I'm ahead. Anyway, point is, what's on screen is pretty much only relevant if I'm screaming, because, like, that's when you know something's gone wrong. I don't know how not to hit the wall there. That's gonna be a real struggle when we get to the other bit. Alright, we just have to stay ahead of that guy and we don't have to worry about his horrible, horrible driving. And if we stay ahead here, then that won't matter, so it's that red car we've got to worry about. If I get this, I missed it. Oh, I might have still got it, so I might be able to still get this other boost. This is a tricky bit, right? We're in close corridors now. And that's why, but that's the problem, because the blue car might come from behind, because that's slowing me down a lot. Why? It's so tight! It's so tight! Anyway, the gameplay is not great. Chat's not running. Well, the gameplay is fun, actually. It's pretty fun, but there's not, like, a lot of stuff to talk about in the gameplay. And, like, this is actually weird, because, like, a lot of times Sonic Adventure 2 actually requires a bit of my focus, especially in the really, like, because it's a pretty high skill ceiling and you got a lot of great decisions. But honestly, like, this is hard, but like, it's easier to do this in talk than other things. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's like simplified and spoiled down enough. I don't have to do as many calculations. I just have to rely on like, basically, I see this go like oh shoot, like maybe it's more like an innate. Like it's still hard, right? But like maybe it's more like this is like an innate kind of skill kind of thing, or like I don't know. Maybe it's like it doesn't as much require as much conscious thought. Whatever the reason, I don't find it as hard to talk. Like, and that means I kind of like. So like, well, before I might focus on like, oh, there, I guess it is just quiet because I'm focusing. At this point, it's like, I'm talking, right? I take this black car. Why? Why is it so garbage at driving? Oh my gosh. And like you can't slow down because you still have to make it in time. So you have to actually dodge them. You can't cheese it. Okay, that worked somehow. Which might buy me enough time that I was worried I won't be in the pinch. Like we just have to avoid being in the super pinchy spot. Come on, alright, that's gonna be a problem with the black car, but if I boost, I think we avoided disaster there. And now we're a fair way away from the blue, so maybe? And then this will help me get over the blue. What? That's really disappointing. And of course we still have to watch and make sure we get there in 3:30. 3:30. Of course it's gonna kill me. I swear to goodness. I seem to be maintaining the speed I got from that speed boost for quite a bit. Oh god. I'm trying to survive that. Oh my gosh, those little things. Yeah, now I can talk. I can talk during this. For now that I can talk, now that I maybe could talk and do a baseball game once or something, all of the convo topics of driving are dried up. Like analogy in an analogy. I'm so out of convo topics I can't think of analogies anymore. Don't ask how those things are related. They just are now. I don't make the rules except they do, and that's what they are. So I'm write that down. Oh my gosh. I thought the car levels would be somewhat easy. I was under the impression that, oh, it's a fun minigame. Oh, they won't ask you to do anything too hard. Why would I think that of these developers? Why would I think, oh, they don't want you to push the car game to its limits? Of course they do! The Sonic and 2 developers, they want you to push every mechanic to its limits. Which on one hand is admirable, and I think it actually is pretty cool sometimes. But on the other hand, oh my gosh, is this game so tricky. I hate that car. I hate that car. The drifting is... It's hard. It's hard to do. Hard to get used to. Just stay in this position to be in. Honestly, surprised that worked out. We're in the pinch. We're in the pinch. Now we're out of the pinch. Oh no, that's bad. That means... Oh, I don't have the speed boost. I don't have the speed boost. Oh, I just narrowly avoided that. and it just wasn't enough. This game. Oh my gosh. It's like you've got to like anticipate the turn. It's like pretty tricky. I guess like real drifting. You have to like anticipate things and like because it's how it works. I don't know how to explain it. But, like suddenly, like when it clicks, I'm making tight turns and ramming into the taxi. So I'll give you like a random topic in chat. Like throw a word in there, I'll make something out of it. It's just quite essential to keep me from losing my mind. I need something to talk about. I need it. I need fuel for my fire. I don't even know if this is still streaming. For all I know, I've disconnected entirely. No one's told me. Or they have, and they just can't get through to my phone. Which makes more sense, honestly. There's no one telling me. $100 if you're on the wall. Shish kebab, thank goodness. Shish kebabs. You know, oh, this is funny. One of my sister's classmates once, I don't remember the tale because it's not my classmate, but apparently they looked at sushi. They looked at sushi and they're like, oh, is this a shish kebab? And like, yeah, I wasn't there. Obviously I can't tell the story very well because I wasn't there, but like, yeah, that's like a thing that happened to one of my sister's classmates. They did that because they're not very smart. Oh yeah. There's like a shish kebab. There's a shish kebab. Wait. I can't talk. Can I talk about this? There's a shish kebab in Pikmin 3. It's like one of the treasures. I don't know what it's called. Oh yeah, it's like the. Am I allowed to talk about Pikmin 4 trip? You know what? I need something to talk about. I'm just gonna do it. It's my stream. It'll be fine. This is not a big spoiler. I mean, no one really cares. Like, it's not a Pikmin spoiler to tell you like what one of the treasures is. That's not like, unless it's like a reference treasure, I don't think we will care that much. So the shish kebab, there's a shish kebab treasure. It's called like the it's called like the tale of the four brothers or something, because it's like a meat and vegetable shish kebab, right? And it alternates. And the idea in the Pikmin 4 lore is that, or what the Pikmin 4 people think, like the little description for it, is that there's a legend that, like, there were, like, two brothers who thought they should only eat meat, and two brothers that thought they should only eat vegetables. And they fought with swords, and they moved to fight each other, to slice each other, but instead they accidentally created the shish kebab. And that's the story of how the treasure was made. Or at least that's how the people think the treasure was made. Obviously it's a shish kebab, so that's not how it was made. Also, weird thing, Pikmin, like, food, right? Pikmin food, like, it lasts forever. Like, we're aliens picking up this food, like, so long after humanity's gone extinct. And then there's just, like, prepared... I mean, okay, it's a little different in 4, right? Because 4 is, like, so much less apocalypsy and more, like, just kind of like, it is apocalypsy, but Pikmin 4 is so much developed, right? It's so much developed. It's less of a... There's less of a... Oh, this is... Like, you go in an actual house, and it looks very much like a real garden. It doesn't look as after the end as the other 3 Pikmin games, which kind of corresponds with the fact that it's a reboot. No, I was so close. Yeah. So anyway, I'm really angry about that. I was so close, and I just jumped into the river. I'm really mad that. I'm not mad, honestly. I'm just disappointed in myself. I'm actually very distraught. I was so good. I was dodging. It was so good. It was amazing. And then I screwed it all up. Anyway, yeah, Pikmin food, like, even, like, it just preserves, like, the sunseed berries I get, right? Like, those could have just been grown, right? But, like, then you get to, like the cookies? Like, why are those still delicious looking? They should be really moldy by now. I hate this car. Come on, white car. Just let me have the lead, okay? Yeah, anyway, Pikmin food treasures are interesting because of how they really should be more, you know, what's the word for eroded, but for natural thing? Decomposed. They should be more decomposited, as I said. Yeah, so that's shish kebab. I think it's hard to mine a lot of shish kebab. I did ask for a random word, but it's pretty random. Oh, and I keep because I keep being like, oh, I'll just, I'm dead. I was trying to like scratch that itch on my knee. Take my finger off the A button, so then at the beginning it's not driving. Alright, beautiful. What can I do with beautiful? Beautiful. I mean, Pikmin 4 looks beautiful. It's a beautiful game. It is very good. So is Pikmin 3, honestly. It's a very great... Pikmin's got such a facelift since the old days. And I love how the old games look, right? But, like, it's such a good look now. I mean, it's got some beautiful music, too. I don't know. Beautiful's way more... It's kind of weird, right? The weird energy of shish kebab is something I can just totally get behind. And there just happens to be a lot of weird stories I can do with shish kebab. But, like, beautiful? I don't know. It's almost harder. Despite being a word, you'd probably have more you could say about it. You could just talk about anything that's beautiful. But, like, I don't know. It's like, man, isn't that weird, right? Like, I can talk about anything that's beautiful. You know what? Actually, let's talk about Wisconsin. I went to Wisconsin for a thing. Point is, I was at a lake house, and I went out on the lake, and people joke about real water being like, oh man, this video game water looks even better than real water. But out on that lake, I just thought to myself, well, dang, maybe I don't give real water enough credit, because that one stuff looked beautiful. Like, that looked beautiful. Like, with the waves and it glinting off, it almost looked like 1,000 tiny stars blinking in and out of existence as the sun shined on the tiny little waves that like bobbed up and down into and out of existence. And each one would have like a point where the sun would happen to reflect directly to my eyes, and so it kind of looked like stars twinkling in and out of existence. All of this is to say is that real water looks real cool. Ah! Fossil. There's fossils in Pikmin. That's true. I don't remember there was much. I don't actually have as much to say about the fossils in Pikmin. I know there's the Almernite shell, which is like a play on words of a real shell. And I know there's a few fossil treasures in Pikmin 4. But I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm always more enamored by fossils aren't something you come into contact with in daily life. So like, so when I see the fossil treasures in Pikmin 4, it doesn't hit as hard as like, you know, the Duracell battery or something like that. I mean, like, or even in Pikmin 4, the Pikmin 4 era, when everything's generic and stuff, it's like, it's still generic stuff I see every day. It's not like fossils. I don't know. I don't have much to connect to it. I do have this like one cool rock that I still have. I don't think it's a fossil, but like it's got like, it's very weird. It's like, I don't remember how I got it. Something I had something I was really young. I don't even know if it's still there. I'll check my shelf after the stream. It should just be there on the shelf. So it's just never been like moved or anything. But like, I don't know. It's a cool rock. It's got like really cool texture. It's like rough. Looking at it is kind of fascinating because it might be a coral. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it is. I'll have to look at it. Maybe maybe I'll like ask someone about what it is sometime. Oh, great, wonderful. It's just perfect. Come on, speed up, speed up, speed up. So I'll get back attacked. Oh god, this is another prime time for slowdown. And so the prime time to be back attacked. Oh god. Oh god. I don't know, I think fossils are cool. I used to go to the Field Museum's member night as a kid, and that was really cool. I got to see all the stuff. But I was always more fascinated by like the living animals than a fossilized one. I know this isn't a fossil, but I know Mom is really freaked out by taxidermy. Oh, offend. Offend. That's tricky. What can I say about offend that like won't get me in hot water? How do I talk about offend without offending? I mean, I don't know. This might be the trickiest one yet. At least fossil I could mutter on it, I don't know what process. I don't know what to say about offend. Like, it's not an interesting idea. We have such like a different. I think we have a different concept of offending people now than we did. I'm not like really sure what. I wasn't alive. I don't know what it was, but like, it feels like offending people. It used to be a bigger deal than it was. Now it's like it's always seen as like an internet thing when it's a thing that arguably has been around for like all of history. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's like now it feels like it's been like, as much as people talk about offending people and stuff, it almost is like less of a deal now, right? Because people have gotten so used to the internet and just kind of like basically offending people for fun. It's been a while since offending was like, I mean, most people don't like, I mean, people take it seriously, but it's viewed so differently. Like before, like, and like I wouldn't, like, this is speculation, right? I'm an idiot, right? I don't know what I'm doing. And I obviously wasn't alive before my time. As sad as that is for everyone hearing it, I wasn't actually alive in the 1800s. But like, it feels a little bit like people used to avoid it more, I think. People would try not to offend people more back in the old days. And now, like, people treat it very casually now, like, like, it's not again, it's almost like it's treated like an internet phenomenon, despite the fact that it's something that's been around for, like, people have been being upset about what other people have been saying for all of human history, but it's weird. Like, almost been, despite how much people complain about it so much, it almost feels like it's been de-emphasized as a thing. We're talking about all this, like, it gets brushed off so much. It's very weird. I hit a taxi. Ticket. Ticket. Shish kebab was the high. I just had a story ready for shish kebab. I remembered I had a vivid memory of the treasure from Shish Kebab. Now it's all words where I'm like, oh no, what is a ticket again? What are tickets? I'm getting a ticket. I should probably not get a ticket for this. I should probably get a ticket for this reckless driving. Am I right? None of you are laughing. I will say, as much as I love random words, you can just pipe in with normal conversation things. It doesn't have to be a word. You could start, because part of what I do like about talking with cats is you know, a back and forth, a conversation. So you could actually do conversation stuff too. Not that I'm complaining about the random words. They're kind of fun. Ticket. I don't know, like tickets. I mean, I think a ticket's like tickets almost look irrelevant to me. That's weird. That's so weird that like tickets feel like old-fashioned now. I'm getting a ticket, right? I mean, unless I have my car ticket, those will always be around. But like the idea that you get a ticket someplace, like a physical one, like I have this old carny like admit one kind of thing in the picture in my head, and not like it's not like the idea of it. I was like, oh, we got movie tickets when I went to see the Barbenheimer thing, but that doesn't register to me the same. It's not a real ticket. It's not a. It's like I don't know. It's like I'm honestly surprised I dodged that. Right, like. It's almost like it doesn't register as a ticket, maybe because it's digital, because I think of tickets, I don't know, maybe it comes from the fact I don't go to physical events super often. Although I guess it's probably natural to think of a car ticket first because, well, just look at the screen right now, right? If you're not looking at this and thinking about cars, I don't know what else you're thinking about. I guess bats, I guess you were thinking about. You know, we saw... So Dad and I go out at nights, every night, all the time, to walk the dog. And one time we saw something fluttering around. I was like, wow, a bird's out this way? And Dad's like, that's probably a bat. So I guess we might have seen a bat. But all I saw was like a fluttering movement. So, I mean, I would have always thought it was a bird. Manual. We were playing... So this is a game called Just One, and the idea is, the idea behind Just One is you play like, here's how Just One works. You're given a card, right? That card has 5 words on it. You pick a random number between 1 and 5, and everyone else gets to see what number that word corresponds with, other than you. So everyone else knows the word on the card you've chosen, in quotation marks, but you don't. And then they all write a word that's related to that word, with the goal being that when you read all of their words, you can then guess. I guess it's a game, but it's not like a competitive game. You're all working together, arguably. But it's a game where like you're like, oh, so we're all gonna write down a word, and we're gonna see. If we can get them to get the real word based off of our words. But you're not allowed to talk to each other, and if 2 people write the same word, then I don't get to see it. Like, the guesser doesn't get to see that word. Right? And so we're playing, and the word is manual, right? And one of the people playing, my brother, basically puts down like, I think it's like Jesus Christ or something, with the idea that the person would look at it and be like, oh yeah, Emmanuel, the other name. Like, that's the most logical, like, obviously, how could that not work? I think it's partially a joke, but it's just absolute ridiculousness. Actually, talking is too much work. I'm the one on the job right now. Which I guess people are like, oh, you gotta do the work. Like, oh, thanks, guys. It's real helpful. I'm not bitter at all. I'm trying to be entertaining, right? I don't want to want to fill the space a bit. It's one thing if we're experiencing like something, I guess like, oh, maybe this can be an experience with its own. We're driving the same course 5 bazillion times as I run into a taxi, like for the 15 millionth time, and we're gonna be doing so for like 2 more hours. So a little conversation might be. So I feel a little pressured, to say stuff. Because, like, what else is there, right? I mean, this is fun to play and try out again and again. I mean, a bit frustrating, but it's kind of fun to play. But I can't imagine it's actually fun to watch me rerun this course 50 million times. And yeah, my thesis statement is it doesn't have to be fun on this channel. I do this. Part of why I wanted to do this was I was like facing some completion challenges, like the quick draw thing, and I was like, I don't want to do this alone. But the problem is, if you're not doing it alone, people. But if no one talks, you're doing it alone anyway. Gosh dang it, this stupid wall. Actually, except for just a floor. I'm not cut out to beat something. Just because I ran a thought. The rest came from a random word generator. Oh, wow. You could have just, like, slid your thumb all over the screen, and that would have generated the words. You don't need to go to a random word generator. Yeah, it's fair enough. I've talked about Epithet Erase probably already. I've definitely told Galaxy about Epithet Erase. Still love it. Very funny series. Would love to play the TTRPG when it comes out. Because I do like the idea of just randomly generating a word and trying to base your entire character about that. Feels like a fun exercise as someone who doesn't actually play Tim, which I don't actually play Tim without playing the RPGs. I just like kind of like, I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, and I never get to it. Like, there's like a whole list of books that I also do that with. Ah! Why are there like realistic clouds? You notice that? Like, that's like just like a picture of the sky, I think they're using as like a background. Book your history doesn't mean anything. No, but if you keep your finger pressed down and slide it around without taking your finger off, when you take your finger off, it'll always interpret as a real English word because of how like the autocorrect works. So yeah, randomly typing letters will do that, but if you hold your finger down on mobile and you like move it around a bunch and then lift, it'll like try and come up with the closest. It'll like try and interpret what word you made by dragging your finger across the letters. Because iPhone has this weird feature where it's like, oh, you don't have to even take your fingers off the pad. You can just drag your finger through the letters, and it's supposed to be convenient or something. I don't know why that's viewed as convenient. It doesn't really feel that much more convenient. But then, again, maybe I'm just an oldie who wants to do the thing. My first Q doesn't do the finger slide thing. Dang. Big sad. What do you do in life without that incredibly useful and convenient feature? I mean, like, that's so important to the iPhone experience, isn't it? I mean, every time I use anything like a computer, I'm like, gosh. Like, I look up my computer and I'm like, God, I wish they'd included a number pad on this stupid thing. Because for some reason they didn't, and I got used to using it on my last computer, and I need a number pad. Those things are so... Like, as a kid, I was like, oh, what's this? Why are the numbers here? There's already numbers here. This thing's useless. And then I got used to using it. And, like, it's so helpful because my password is, like, a 7-digit number. Because I got used to using the number pad. I just, like, got used to typing that in real quick. Like I'm like, oh, yeah. Because, like, why is there, like, a hexagon island? Point is, and I look at my sister who has like I think the same model of computer, and she has a number pad. I like them remove them. That's like a must. We're gonna make sure that's. Oh yeah. Also, I can't do the slide thing, which is devastating. I could, but it would just turn out as gibberish actually. It's on the computer. It's a laptop, so like the buttons are smaller. You could probably slide between them. You don't have to like lift them. getting sweaty. Like maybe it's just that it's a hot summer night, or maybe it's the stress of skatering. Write that down. Write that down. Yeah, make sure you record all of this. What are you even writing this down for? Well, there's not a test later, I say, in preparation to making the die. I'm starting to get really uncomfortable. Just the sweat. Oh gosh. I mean, it's hot. I got these like big headphones on because all my normal headphones are broken. The light's on. Why did I turn the light on? I gotta turn that off. I bet the computer's generating heat. Oh god. It's starting to feel worse. Like I wish I had like one of those people that like dabs your like forehead with like the cloth as you're concentrating on something, because I need it so bad right now. That works. That was pretty cool. One YouTuber mentions details about their password. No, not for the YouTube account. For the iPhone. Don't worry. Wait. Oh wait. Okay, so I have. Look, it always asks like, hey, add a number, and I'm like, sure, I'll add a number, but instead of 12, I just added a giant like string of 7 digits that I have memorized for unimportant reasons. Like, so that's not the whole password, right? I don't just have that number password, right? But like, I add it to a lot of passwords because you know, they're always asking for a number anyway, and I might as well make it a secure number. Anyway, the point is I got used to typing it in, and then like it's way harder to, well, you're gonna get used to doing it, but like it's just not as efficient to type it in the non-number pad. People are gonna like try and hack it on YouTube account. I hope when I'm actually, if I ever actually get good enough that people actually like will be interested in hacking, and I hope I change my password. But knowing me, I won't, because I'm like an idiot. My general lack of common sense knows no bounds. I hate this kid. I hate this guy. My heart's filled with hatred. And maybe that's not good. Maybe that's bad. Maybe that's the problem. I need to let go. I need to let go of the judgments. I need to let go. No, there's an old saying. God. Oh my goodness. What is suffering? Why do we idolize this song? Why do we look at things that are terrible, terrible things and think, yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that. It'll be really fun. People would eat it up. It won't take forever. It won't take 5 years. It won't take 5 years off of my life. It won't be the worst mistake I've ever made. I say as if it wasn't. Why play Sonic Adventure? Oh, come on! I've canceled streams before the There's one stream that derailed because it was so high I could feel the sweat from my neck. Not my neck, I can feel it on my forehead. It's like... oh, gosh. It's like I'm slowly descending into hell. That's a fun image. And I hope it, like... it just... you know, I was so close there. I had gotten far. Like, I wasn't as far as that one time when I literally just jumped in the water like an idiot. But I call myself an idiot a lot today, and like, it's, I don't know, what brings us to self-depreciation so easily? I think, like, isn't that interesting? Like, it becomes second nature to me now. Why? Why does it turn there? Why do they never? They swerve, right? The cars swerve. I swerve, obviously. The cars, like, I go on the left side, I'm going on the right side. They're all bad drivers, and it makes everything. When you're a bad driver, it affects everyone else, okay? Let this be a lesson to you. Never drive irresponsibly, because it will mean that people can't get the A rank, and then they're going to be really mad. All the people that are on your one lane, your like 4-lane, one direction freeway. I guess it's just how the freeway works, but. Why does this world include such sufferings? Why did I hit the wall like an idiot? Like a moron? Why can I not stop thinking of myself in this manner? Maybe it's because I keep failing the level and it probably isn't helping. See, if you just keep asking questions, you sound deeper than you are. That's all philosophy is, just asking a bunch of random questions, isn't it? Write that down. Put that down. Philosophy 101. Just ask random stuff. Never know what'll happen. Maybe it'll sound like deep or something. Why does the bird fly if you could just not... Never drive responsibly if I see the highway and swerving around cars. Well, I would have to swerve around them if they driven more responsibly. You know, like, I like getting incoherent. It's pretty fun. Just kind of like saying, like, it's like an art form. Like, I don't think I'm ever truly incoherent. I'm practically always just kind of having a fun time with it. Because, like, I get into a mindset. You have to, like, there's something I could go in and out of, right? Like, you just start saying stuff. You just start, like, saying... It's basically just saying the first thing that comes to your head, right? And so it's kind of an active choice for me. I don't think I've actually been, like, literally delirious, right? Where I actually didn't know what I was talking about or saying. But, like, I've had tons of times where I just turn off control, and it's just, like, stream of consciousness. And it's kind of fun, like... This actually isn't one of those times. I'm, like, half in it, but, like one of those, like, there's this study that showed the placebo effect is so strong that people that hadn't drunken anything, but are getting convinced that, like, what they drank was alcoholic, like, they'd act drunk up until they were told, oh wait, that's actually, like, sparkling water or something, and then they sobered up immediately. Oh, come on! I also like the calming. You know, I could make an ASMR out of this. Listen to my calming voice. And then, like, it'd be ASMR. And I'd be like, oh yeah, this is a fun thing that we're doing. From playing Sonic Adventure 2. And then, like, it would just be like, stream of consciousness, calming ASMR. Just a stream of words. Words to help fill the space. Words to make you feel happy. Like, you just gotta, like, go with the flow sometimes, right? It's just, I mean, it's pretty important. Oh, fuck! Like, that's what would happen. That's the joke. The joke is that it's just completely interrupted. You get the idea. I guess it's the calm ASMR, and then they just scream at the top of my lungs as soon as something bad happens in the game. It's a chill stream today, except for the bouts of excessive streaming that just happen. Off the regular. I'm not even playing Victim 2. Just the game where excessive bouts of streaming happen off the regular. I was probably mad that I did that, actually. But I thought it was for the thing. You gotta do it for good. Our point's gonna cross. It was just a really bad point, but regardless. Guys, you know the brain is a muscle? It's not, but you know, some people think it is. How does that like work? How does that work or something? Oh, come on! How does that work? I mean, I stocked something wrong, and the manager was like, you know what the biggest muscle in your body is? The brain. And I took all of my self-control to be like, I'm fit to not immediately be like, I don't think that's a muscle. That pretty no, first like, you know what the biggest thing in your body is? And I was like, I don't know, but in my head I was thinking, oh, is he gonna say the brain? Because like I did just make a stupid mistake. Is he gonna say the brain? Because like it's not the brain, obviously, because the brain's not a muscle. But I was like, is that where this is going? I was like, it's here. First said it's here, and he tapped his head, and I was like, oh no, it is. That is where it's going. And then he was like, that's the brain. Look it up. So yeah, just to make sure that I was right, I looked it up. It's not a muscle. It's not a muscle at all. It's just. I mean, the point still stands. Right? I had stocked it wrong. Like, it was my fault, right? I mean, it was right? I needed to not be an idiot when stocking the shelves, but it was just so undermined. It undermines the point a lot because the brain's not a muscle. That's not. It's just wrong. It's not. The point would have gotten across better without the like analogy or motivational thing or whatever. You know, because it's a little distracting that it's scientifically incredibly wrong. So scientifically inaccurate is, I think, the correct term. Like it's like there's a real good point here actually, but I mean like it's not wrong. But about well he is wrong because it's not a muscle. It's not wrong that I need to think more and use my head more and not reminders and throw things places. But also like it's not a muscle. But it's distracting when the analogy doesn't line up. I just 1 hour at a time to kill interrupted by Discord opinion videos. Good times. 1 hour, yeah. How about, I think yeah. Oh, there's another car up here with me in the pinch. Come on, come on, come on. Oh no. But now he got hit so much time that I slowed down enough one of the cars behind me could sneak up on me. But if we're in the pinch, we're close. We're so close. Oh, but we're running out of time. We're never going to make it because of the stupid long thing at the end. No! Oh my gosh, that hurts. That hurts so much knowing how close we are. And also the fact that we're so far away. Like, we're not going to make it. Because this game actually is the worst. Because we're running out of time. We're almost out. And this is the stretch. This would have been the stretch. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Come on! Come on! No! Oh, thank God. Oh, that was pretty easy, actually. Easy peasy. I mean, I don't know why people call this game hard. This is an easy video game, really. I like burned out all my book. I'm gonna lose my voice this stream. I've done a lot of screaming. Like I've done a lot of screaming. I've never lost my voice before. No, not in my life, but like we haven't lost our voice that much in the streams. Despite the amount of screaming that goes on. Oh my God. Now time for suffering. Thanks. Thanks, Giants and Wolf. This is when the true pain begins. I might need to actually focus on the game for this. Like, this is... Oh my goodness, this is gonna be hell. I can't do. Oh no. 345. Oh god. I might have to like slow down at some points. But I also have to be fast enough. So we gotta get out, like, we can only like slow down at like points when I really think I need it. This is gonna be absolutely the worst. We have to do it in 345. 345. Think about that. Hold that in your head. That also means that every attempt that gets anywhere near wrong is going to take like over a minute. And so the disappointment and shame that comes on, oh my god. Well, it's all ruined. Life isn't... We're never getting past this today. We have like 1.5 hours? That's not enough. We need 3 and we need 3 hours and 45 minutes, obviously. It's so tight. Oh, why'd I do that? I thought that would help. I don't know why. That just ran me into the wall. I mentioned that my brain's not the super best. Not the bestest. We can't be super cautious because we really need to get there in time. Why? We have to master the drifting. It's like the skateboards, but the stakes are so much higher. Because even though I could keep the drift going by holding, I have to start turning at the right time, or else it won't work. Like, you have to time it, right? Because you have to, like, start drifting earlier than you actually need to turn. Because, like, you won't turn immediately, so what feels like you're going to run into the inside wall, but you won't. You gotta start turning early. It's kind of crazy how to do, like, doing it. Because you have to turn you have to literally be ready to turn early. And of course the boost will mess everything up if you use it. Look, I'm gonna see if I can... Alright, this is a nothing spot maybe I can use to go to. Like, look at how terrible, like... This is the end. Well, please prepared for an entire year of just this. That's the schedule for like this year's stream. Like, we're never gonna get to another series. We're never gonna do something different. It'll just be this for eternity, in perpetuum. In perpetu. I don't even know how to say the word because I'm an idiot. Because I agreed to this. What have I done? Oh, I can't say how did I avoid. This is way worse than the cars. I hope by the end of this is fun, because like, and this is one of those really hard tasks that just feels like torture at first, but actually gets fun like when you start getting down to it. Because otherwise, this is gonna be the worst. Oh my god! I don't need to know how to spell it. In perpetuity. After that did help. Thanks for that, Cooper. In perpetuity. That actually helped a lot. Actually, sorry for the outburst. Do you ever just want to cry sometimes? Because you know, right now. I guess it's good that there's not many people here watching this monstrosity of sadness. This totem pole of depressing. This is as we ram into the edges again and again. My forever penance for my sins. What sins did I commit that made me deserve this? It was Pikmin 2, wasn't it? Gosh dang it. It was enjoying Pikmin 2, wasn't it? Yeah, that sounds about right. There would be one thing if we didn't have to go fast. I do drift. Well, I gotta make it past the first couple of turns. What? That counts? If you know Orange on Adventure 2, Roof calls Tails Fox Boy. Wow, what a fun piece of trivia. I tend to get randomer as I get sad. I don't know why. Maybe because the inherently silly choose me up a little. Well, I didn't feel that good, I think. I guess maybe, I don't know. It's easier to sink into delirium than to think about your misfortune. Gotta start down for that one. Funny thing is I can do that without hitting the walls normally. but I'm just so terrified at this point. I've never made it this far. I hate this game. I hate this game. I don't think I was even on time. There's no way that was fast enough. I do have an extra. I do. 45 is actually like that's 15 seconds on top of the car time, so that's 25 seconds more than the original time, which might actually not be that bad. Like that actually is like, as much as I bemoan, it's not that. It is fair enough. It is definitely a more lenient. Gosh dang it. Maybe less stupid. Probably also some my strategy to where the road you are. I wish I could like a little bit better which way. I might actually, it's probably better to be away, right? So like I theoretically, it sounds like I get this kind of thing. Theoretically, on my first turn, I'll go like this, then I can go like this because that gives me more time. So I don't run into the inside curve, but run into the inside curve. If I start drifting before the inside curve, so I want to get away from it at some time. Oh yeah, that helps a little bit. Oh, it helps if you don't ram into the wall, yes, but... As long as you go early enough, you don't have to worry about running into the back wall. And so that extra room so you can turn more forward tilt can be really valuable. See, I can't do that yet. If I could do that, then I'd go even into it as possible. But I probably should just slow down for that part if I want to. It would be so cool to do it well. Especially as you slow down, you can't drift anymore. You can't be going somewhere. There must be like a max, or like there's like supposed to be like a minimum speed you have to go on to drift, but of course you can't do it. If you're not going at that sort of speed. Yes! Got him. next, alright, so next I gotta figure out how to do that really big curly cube. That was too early. What was he doing? You gotta like start it soon enough. That's really tricky. I wonder if the coins help. Like the coins tell you where to go. Like how far to do it. How far to go before you have to start drifting. Don't start that early. I don't like that it... It's like a ready button or like some kind of thing. It's like inch my switches between buttons. Then I have to waste a life. I wonder if the coins can get tied to some of the tougher cliffs. It's gotta like be like before you can see the turns. Like you're anticipating the turn, you can see like, but like, if it's so much that you start to be able to see like the curving, like the inside edge curving away, you're probably too late. Just before you start to see it. Ooh, that. I mean, the coins work, kind of. I start that one real early. Maybe not use the boost there. That's really quite sure that nothing tells me how it works, or any idea how to use it. Make sure that I know that's not completely shanked. I'm still gonna be so good at this race. I'm so glad that I'll get to play against nobody. Because no one else plays this game. That would have been below what skills had left me. I'm trying to fail. Sometimes it seems to come so easily. Sometimes it's just like when it's too late, it's too late. It won't be like while I'm in midair, I can position the car which I was going to drift on the car. It's like it's weird, right? It's not just normal drift. It's like the drifter works, and it's not like normal turning. It's like a drift. Not the most intuitive thing, but I think it's mechanical death. You do alright? Need a break? No, I never need a break. I soldier on. I'm just starting to get. I gotta get focused for this. This is not. Look, the car thing was fun, and it was easy enough that I could do it ramshackle. You can't do this ramshackle. You have to actually figure it out, which is not easy. It's not a super intuitive system, but I do think there's a lot of depth to it. It's like a lot of Sonic Adventure 2. It's one of those things that's not intuitive to grasp, but I do think it actually has a lot of depth that can crack it open. So I have to actually focus on it, basically. Oh boy, that was close. So kind of determined, like, I could slow down a bunch, but I kind of don't want to. I want to figure out the drifting system. I want to actually do it legit. I'm not sure if Sonic Adventure actually forces me to figure it out legit. Right? I mean, we have some extra leeway. Maybe I can do it without actually figuring it out legit. And I probably need to figure out a little bit, but like... But if I could do it without slowing down, like, I think it's possible. I don't think you have to slow down. Especially with some of the turns I've been able to make now. I think you can do it. I think you can just... I think it's all there in the drifting system, which is... not... It's just not intuitive, right? I think it's fun, but it takes a while to get the hang of it. And, like... Because it's not intuitive, sometimes you'll like just start slipping up, and it'll be like a blank period. You start blanking on what you actually have to do, and it's hard. It's hard to correct. Should have started banking left more. I think. I already started the whole thing. I think that's pretty close to it. It's probably not going to be super exciting for you guys, but like, feel free. Usually, also one of the things I noticed watching Twitch streams is that I think the perfect, like I like watching people with like less people, so I think perfect some of my favorite Twitchers, my favorite amount of people at Twitch stream is like one or two. It's like, no, it's like 2 or 3 talkers, right? Because maybe not as a streamer. As a streamer, obviously I don't have tons of talkers, but as a watcher, I usually want 1 or 2. Enough that the streamer is going to see all your messages and be able to like actually you can interact with them, which is the whole point of doing it live. But also so that when the streamer has to focus on sending, you have someone else to talk to. That's what I want to know. It's the ideal usually is for me. That one was too close to the inside. That is a tricky turn. That's like a real tricky one. We're talking about how difficult challenges in games force you to master the mechanics. Like, this is one heck of a forcer. And it's just a dumb minigame, right? But even the dumb minigame of Sonic Adventure 2 are like, you gotta get a knack for them. It's weird. See, I'm starting to lose it again, right? I think it's one of those skills that, like, it's hard to keep in your head, because it's like, it's not super intuitive how this works. Figure it out. You know the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough figure out how to play Sonic Adventure 2. That was clean. That was clean. That was clean. It's other attempts. That was not clean. That was late. I believe it was late, I think. I need to start drifting like in the air. Pretty tricky. Oh god. Okay, that was... No, but that's too fast. What is the don't park on top of the lawnmower? What is the don't park on top of the lawnmower one? Okay, I didn't park on top of the lawnmower. I bumped it a little bit. Just a little, like, love touch nugget fun thing. I don't know what this is. How about some... Oh, wait, I'll read it after I... How about some baseball zen to the Colliers and you get into a state of flow? Always a lot of people understand this joke. No, please don't give me more baseball zen. That's really not, like, necessary. Why? Why did I do that? Oh, that was not as clean as past runs have been. Oh, this is the roof. Boss! Ooh, tell me about this. Don't love touch the lawnmower level. Hon, there's not a story here, right? I misjudged. I was coming in and I misjudged, and I may have been thinking about 10 and 2 and the fact that I usually hold my... Hello? Am I back? Second. Caw! Oh my gosh. Working on it. That's what. Alright, good. No one gets to hear the stupid lawnmower episode. You get to learn that if you watch look at the archive, or we'll be behind again. That's actually also a really real possibility. Is it up again? You're back. It's all the time you talked about lawnmower. I did tell you. If you want to know, you have to go on the archive. You'll have to watch the archive version. Oh well. You missed it. You'll have to watch the archive. I mean, it's still chugging. Like, it's kind of obsolete now, but I still can maintain it. Well, maintain is a strong word. It's there. I think I didn't even maintain it. I'm just making a mountain out of a molehill. Oh.
What?
Oh.
The whole box, the whole Wi-Fi, internet, Verizon thing was off, but I reset it and it looks like it's back on. It
Okay.
wasn't just the bedroom one, it was the square one out here.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Closing in again. closer to tail. Oh, how much did I miss? There's a lot of screaming. I'm trying to, I have to finish this race course without slamming into the walls. I'm doing great. Like, this is only like my second try, obviously. Dang it! The walls. The unfortunate fact is that the walls are pretty wally. It's been a lot of driving. This stream has been entirely driving so far. It's been nothing but driving. You drive and 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 you drive until you just run into a wall. Because you gotta master it, because nothing is easy in this game, because, I don't know, this car level is a microcosm, so I think we have to do everything I love and hate about this game to this car level. You have to figure everything out yourself. High skill ceiling, high skill floor. Basically, it's not fun to play when you first figure out. It feels weird, you can't get the hang of it. It's hard to get the hang of it, but it feels real good when you do. Of course, even I, of course, if I'm getting the hang of it, it happens in waves. Like, you're good, you get it, you got an idea, then you have like a moment where it's way harder. And then, like, eventually you get it again. Like, you don't, it's not like you just figure it out and then it's like, oh, it clicks. It's constant work trying to, like, really get it. because it's not very intuitive, right? You'll slip out of it sometimes and just screw up everything. You're like, oh shoot, I just don't have it anymore. But it'll come back. It always comes back. Failed. It always goes back, right? Because you keep playing it, you keep doing it, eventually you give it again. Remember yourself what you're doing, how it works. Tricky. As we have faster going, depends, changes things. The more rings you collect, the more times you can boost. The more times you can boost, the faster you can go. The faster you can go, the more likely you are to finish the wall. You can't just go slow because you gotta beat the time. You gotta get there in 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And trust me, this is a long course. You haven't even seen that because I've been dying like the first 8. Try to boost whenever I can so I can figure out the boost at all levels. Over here, this way, push me far. Define get sentient. That wasn't a very good example. How do I play this one? It didn't take me too... It's not too hard to figure out drifting in Mario Kart. Mario Kart has a much more intuitive drifting system. It makes sense. It feels good to drift. But getting a sharp turn in this game, when I know just kind of like how hard, with how hard it is to get, it just feels so satisfying. Finally, like, ha, got him. Finally, figure it out. Not like a binary, right? You don't just figure it out. And like, oh, then winning game's easy. There's no trick. You just have to figure it out. You just have to stick do timings and over again. It crashes and crashes and crashes, but eventually, I'm not even sure if saying it clicks is the right word. As much as you just stop failing. Turn to where we slam into the inside wall. Turn to like we slam into the outside wall. On purpose, it's way stiffer usually to control on than Mario Kart. So for tight turns, you have to not drift. You can't. That's true of Mario Kart a little bit, but like when you're not doing the drift, that's the thing. It's interesting thing. Like, when you're not drifting, or when you're not drifting correctly, it feels so miserable to play this. I hate this game. But when you figure it out, it feels so good. There are no other options. Kind of middle ground because I gave you tum turns and tum up, but if you beat each turn as an instance, then like you feel good when you get it. God, come on! think that Sparrow turns into impossible. No, it probably is. It is. It's just I don't know how to do that. I think that was as close as I could have called it. Just didn't activate. Gosh dang it. what is all that turn after the middle? You messed with my perception. Okay. Well, we tried. Actually, I don't think goddamn ciao. So yeah, that's it. That's gonna be the end of this stream. Thank you for coming.